She's so fine. Hell of a hell of a blows my mind. Hell of a lights my day.
What's good, guys? Today is Thursday, January the 13th, 2022. This video is going to be an update video regarding the case of Eynn Wilson and E.J. Kirk, who were two men who drowned back in April of 2021 in Clark County, Georgia, because they were pushed from a pontoon boat. What had happened was rumors started circulating shortly after that, and a video surfaced showing actually where they were pushed into the water. I kept checking for an update because the Georgia Bureau of Investigation had taken the case over. And after my auntie had passed, I took a short break from YouTube, and I'm just now catching up on these cases. So I do have some good news in that case, and I'm going to proceed with that now. And I will link the videos that I did previous, just for those that want to catch up. Now, this story came out 4 months ago. It came out via WJBF in an article wrote by Mike Lepp. Arrest made in Clarks Hill drownings of Eynn Wilson and E.J. Kirk. An arrest has been made and charges filed in the drowning deaths of two Augusta men at Clarks Hill Lake. 32-year-old Shontover Kirkland was arrested and charged with 1 count of reckless conduct and 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter in the drowning deaths of Eynn Wilson and E.J. Kirk. According to DNR reports, Kirkland rented a 2021 Ranger Reata 22-foot pontoon boat and a 2020 Ranger Reata 22-foot pontoon boat from Clarks Hill Marina at 4271 Old Lincolnton Road in Appling. The warrant, for Shontover Kirkland's arrest states she, quote, did unlawfully endanger the bodily safety of Edward Lee Kirk, Jr. by consciously disregarding a substantial and unjustifiable risk that her act of shoving him off of a boat into deep cold water on Clarks Hill Lake, without knowing whether or not he could swim, would endanger the safety of said person, and the disregard constituted a gross deviation from the standard care which a reasonable person would exercise in the situation. Eynn Wilson and E.J. Kirk went missing while in the water near Cherokee Boat Ramp Sunday, April the 25th. Roughly 1 week later, their bodies were recovered by dive teams searching the area. Both men's cause of death was listed as death by drowning. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation has been investigating the case for months. They've also been reviewing video taken in the moments before and after the two men went into the water to determine what led up to the incident. Shontover Kirkland gave a written statement at the time of the incident. So this case stood out to me for several reasons, and it always came back to my mind. I just kept coming back to Eynn Wilson and E.J. Kirk, and for a couple of reasons, actually. The first reason is because I was taught not to horseplay around water. Horseplay and water don't mix, and this is why. This is like the worst possible case scenario that can happen. Because you never know if someone can swim. Someone may be embarrassed by the fact that they can't swim and tell you they can, and then here you push them in the water or throw them in the water, and you got a situation on your hands. So that's never, ever a good idea. Another reason this bothered me is the video of what happened and seeing how nobody was moving to help them. And they thought they were with friends. And I'm not saying necessarily that they weren't with friends, but they were with each other, and that's really what mattered in the end, I guess, because nobody else moved to try to save them. That bothered me, and it stuck out in my mind how terrible it is to watch that video and know that, what happened in the end. I don't know if that scenario plays over in their heads or not, but it certainly would mine if I would have been on that pontoon boat that day and had I not moved to try to do something to help them. And the video is actually in one of my previous videos, which, like I said, I will link in the description box. So go watch it. Third, it bothers me because you can clearly see her hand. Clearly. And I don't know why it took from April to September to make an arrest in this case. I don't know why the Georgia Bureau of Investigations drug their feet on this case. I know there were a lot of parties involved in this, considering all the people that were on the pontoon boat. But there was video. There was actual video showing what happened. So I'm not sure, why it took that long to get this family some answers. It made me sad that the family didn't want to speak about what had happened to them on the boat. They were more concerned with, number one, recovering their bodies, and number two, bringing them home. And they were focused on bringing the two of them home one final time. But it had to have been hard not to speak on that, especially when the media was coming to your house day in and day out, wanting to talk about the case. It would be hard for me to hold my tongue and not say something about Shontover Kirkland, because I've wanted to say something about Shontover Kirkland for a long time. That was reckless. I'm glad they charged her with what they charged her with. But here's my problem with it. She was arrested in September, so I was like, I want to go back and see what has happened since September. Because as most of you know, my auntie passed away in August, and I kind of took a break to grieve my loss of my auntie. And like I said, this case kept coming back to me and coming back to me and coming back to me. So I thought about it today, and I was like, let me go check. And sure enough, there it was. But now, I can't say for sure that Shontover Kirkland is still an inmate in Lincoln County, Georgia. I believe I said Clark County at the beginning of this video because I'm thinking of Clarks Hill Lake, but regardless, because their website is, it's just not functioning properly. Anytime you click on to search for an inmate, it just goes to website unknown, so there's no way to check right now other than calling. But I did also want to say, though, that the Georgia Bureau of Investigation is still soliciting information regarding this case. I found that to be strange. I would say there's a whole slew of people responsible there, but just for not feeling the need to jump in and try to save anybody. Anyway, it says anyone with information concerning this investigation is asked to contact the GBI at 706-595-2575. Tips can also be submitted by calling 1-800-597-TIPS online, and the website is there. I will circle it. Or by downloading the See Something, Send Something mobile app. It's a tragedy all the way around, because now two fathers, their children are without their dads. She really pushed this friendship to the limit. And I think that they proved that if nobody else there were friends, they were. Because she pushed E.J. Kirk into the water, into the cold, deep water. And Eynn Wilson went in after him. If that ain't friends, I don't know what is. And then they both ended up drowning and dying. So it's just a tragedy all the way around. These kids are now without their dads, and the parents are without their sons. The sisters are without their brothers. The aunties are without their nephews. It's just a sad situation. Horseplay and water do not mix. I'm telling you. anytime I see someone playing around the water, it just sends a chill down my spine, because this is the type of shit that can happen behind that. So I'm going to end the video on that note. And if there are any other developments in this case, I will be sure to let you know. And this case generated so much attention because of the video that floated around on social media. So, like I said, I'll link my videos below in the description box. And I think I have it in both videos, or all 3 videos that I've done regarding this case. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Have a great night.